Hello, welcome back to the video on MCFC Connect, of course, and today we're talking about a massive transfer news that came out the other day in Savio from Troyes/Girona, set to be joining Man City. It's big news and I'm going to get into it. And so, yeah, the 19-year-old has been having a brilliant season at Girona on loan from Troyes. He's gotten 14 goal contributions in 27 games. That is basically a goal contribution every 2 games, which isn't too bad. He's mainly a winger, seems to be a left winger if anything, but can play right wing and can even play attacking midfield at times. Sorry for any background noises like that drilling, I can't control that sadly. But, you know, today we're talking about why this is a great deal, how it's happened and all that. At the beginning of the season, he was only worth €5 million, and that really just shows how good of a season he's had at Girona. He's gone up by 25 million in about 7 months since he joined Girona, so it is really good for him as a player. And City jumped the gun on him. You know, we've thrown the money that Troyes want for him, which is probably roughly around 30 to 40 million. I've said 35 million, as you can see, at my likely fee, because I think that's probably in the area it's going to be for him. He's not injury prone, it doesn't seem. You know, I can put up his whole page of injuries now, which isn't very long. As I said, I think he's had about 3 injuries. But this season, no injuries so far for Girona. You know, he got 4 years ago. He got coronavirus, which kept him out for 11 games. And then for PSV last season, he got a hamstring injury, which kept him out for 15 games. So, the 2 games he's missed quite a bit of games, but seems like it's not too bad. He hasn't had another injury since, and hopefully he's going to remain that way and keep playing for Girona. He's obviously been a huge part in the title race for Girona. You know, they are second in the league, just 2 points behind league leaders, Real Madrid, who have the likes of Jude Bellingham in their squad. So that's really just a compliment to how well Girona are playing, and how well he's playing, to be honest. Obviously, he's not carrying the team on his back, but he's obviously having a big impact on their season. He doesn't seem to be getting booked much. You know, 4 yellow cards isn't too bad. No red cards is definitely not bad. You know, we can't really argue with that. Man City players have probably got a lot more yellow cards than that, some of them. Rodri comes to mind, but, you know, on the wing, 4 yellow cards, definitely not bad. And yeah, I think that number could easily go down when he joins City as well. The reason I've only given it a 95% likeliness, and I say only, but that's basically, you know, it's a 5% chance it won't happen, is because it hasn't been said whether the player agreement is confirmed yet, but let's be honest here, I don't think Savio will say no to joining Man City. We're one of the biggest clubs in the world, and why wouldn't he want to join us, you know? We're the champions of the world. We've not long won the Champions League. We could be on for 4 in a row in the Premier League. It's just looking good for City at the moment, you know. It is simply just looking good, and if he joins us, then it's looking good for him too. According to Fabrizio Romano, the man who initially reported this, he's going to be a part of Man City's pre-season, which is just great. I reckon that's going to be a bit of a trial period for him to prove himself at City. I'm curious the way he's going to play. He could be going back on loan next season. Back to Girona is what is also being said. I hope he doesn't, because, you know, I love seeing new players join the squad. like anyone does. But I really want him to be at the squad. I love the sound of having just this 19-year-old potential superstar on our team. But I understand that loaning him out could be the best option for him. And yeah, some people have labelled this as a dodgy transfer, and I'm going to quickly explain why it's not. People have said, oh, he hasn't played a minute for Troyes, and Troyes are owned by Man City, and so are Girona. You know, let's be honest here, City have signed this guy for their club, but they've just not used their money. They've used Troyes' money, and you know, on paper, okay, you could maybe make a case for that being dodgy, but is it really dodgy? If it doesn't, City sign, well, the Troyes owners, who are our owners, sign Savio for Troyes. City could determine, he's not going to be good enough for City, is he? Alright. So he could stay at Troyes for a while, and then eventually, and just be a big player for them. You know, there is nothing wrong with what City have done here. We've made a gamble and given him to a different club, because why spend and make a risk of our money when we could just get another club to spend the money, you know? It doesn't make sense to waste our own money on something that might not work out. But if Troyes spend their money, then they get benefits from it. They get a good player. Okay, I know Troyes haven't even seen him play for them, but besides, away from that, they've just made 25 million on this lad. You know, at least, I reckon. They've made 25 million on him, which is just big money. You know, you can go out and actually sign someone to help them in the French league. That is the benefits to doing this. And Girona, they are benefiting from it because they've just gotten this player's been huge for them in their season. I'm pretty sure he's just a regular starter. You'd expect him to, with the stats he's gotten. So there really is no negatives in this for anyone. Okay, if Real Madrid do this, it's been labelled as great business, you know. What a smart move by Real Madrid. Or if any other team does it. The only reason it's being looked at as a bad thing with City is because of our FFP charges. You know, that's all people can bring up there. But that's a topic for another video. But the bottom line is, Savio is more than likely going to be a Man City player in July. That is also what Fabrizio Romano said. He said that his future at Man City is guaranteed. So that is just a brilliant sign. And he's a young Brazilian winger. You know, we've got something good here, hopefully. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out, and we are the only fellas to blame for it. But City, they've had 2 years to analyse this guy now, since signing for Troyes and getting loaned out. So, I think we've really got something here. I don't think we'd make such a financial move on him, which will probably be over 30 million, without thinking, is this guy really good enough? I think he will be, because City seems to. Only a short one, guys. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what your thoughts on this player are, and if you enjoyed the video, there's plenty more on the channel, and if you really like what you're seeing on the channel, then feel free to like and subscribe. Big up to everyone who watched, and I'll see you all next time.